Um, okay, you guys, so it's very late at night for me and I have to get up for work in the morning. But I have something to share. So I'm staying up, I don't care. We're going to do this. I played Parma tonight, and even though I'm only a measly 1734 rated player, I played a 1900 player and won. Then in 1795, but let's call them 1800 player kid and won. And then I played a 1966 rated player and won. And I mean, I call that a breakthrough. I haven't even played a rated game of chess since December. And it is now February, so it's been quite a while. Maybe there's something to be said for taking breaks. So, yeah. So, I did my rating estimation. It gave me like a 2300 performance rating. And it also said I'm going to go up to a new high of like over 1850 USCF. So I'm super excited. My previous high was 1809. And I'm 44 years old. So, like, it's not so easy to gain your rating when you're older. But, yeah, and specifically me, I've had a wall. And I broke 1800 last year, barely. So if I get 1852 now, that's very, very encouraging because I don't feel like I even played my best tonight. I think I could do even better. But that being said, I did feel like I was on. So anyway, I'm going to show you one of the games. This is against my first opponent. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, go to a study, I guess. Yep, and we'll just put it here. And I'll just call it, well, I want it to be in line with the other ones. So I have the black pieces. So okay, and the opening was, what was the opening? It was some kind of Trumpowski or something. I don't know what it was, honestly. But I was black. So we're going to find out. So, okay. He started with knight f3. He's a 1900. He wants to play with me a little bit. I go d5. I was definitely considering knight to f6. But I went with this one and d4. Knight to f6 now. And he went bishop to g5. So I think this is called the Trumpowski. Let's find out. Oh, it's the Tory attack. Okay. Maybe the Trumpowski is... I think the Trumpowski comes from d4, d5. Oops. d4, d5, and bishop here immediately? No, that's Levitsky. So what is the Trumpowski then? I have no clue. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's d4, knight f6, and here. Oh, that's the Trumpowski. Okay. Well, anyway, these are all related anyway, but Tory attack is what I actually faced with bishop to g5 here. And, like, so he's saying, like, I'm going to take your knight, and you're going to have to double your pawns. And which way do you want to do it? And by the way, I'm also weakening the e4 square, and maybe I'll go e4. So that's kind of what that move is saying. So I actually had to think already, and I played c5. Wow, which is a rare move, but it's good for black. Wow. When I think, I find good moves. That's a good thing. So c5, c3, and I went knight to c6. Okay, and is this the right way to play? It looks really good for black according to the opening book, so I'm good with that. All right, and then he went e3, and I chose c takes d4 here, which is really intermezzo. I wanted to play bishop f5, and I thought, you know, if I go bishop f5 and he takes this, you know, and I tried to play e6 to recapture, he could try something like b5, I thought. And if I go a4, he goes here. And if I take, you know, actually this does work. So I don't know why I didn't go for this. Because after takes here, win a rook. That should be good. So maybe I was a little inaccurate here. But really all I did was take the pawns. Let's see what the engine says about that. It says queen b6. Yeah, I consider this move. I mean, I don't know. I didn't like them doing this though. And I didn't like this either. Like queen b6, I would think this. I guess we take the pawn. They have to go here to defend the rook. And then we take this. Okay. Yeah, actually that is good. I understand now. But okay, anyway, I went knight to c6. Let's turn off the engine. I'm just going to explain what I was thinking. So e3, c takes d4, e takes d4. Yeah, I was not expecting e takes d4, but it does make some sense. The downside of this move for white is that, you know, I have 2 center pawns now and they have 1. That's the downside of that move. But on the other hand, they open this up so they can retreat if they need to. I don't know. And it's also not so easy for me to use the C file. Like if they take the other way, there's a C file. And maybe I can get my rooks there first. I don't know, but this move, oops. This move did surprise me a bit. So, after e takes d5, I went, yeah, I had to think about this a while. I played bishop f5. Now, I'll tell you that I was worried about queen b3. He went knight bd2 in the game, but I was a little bit worried about this because that would, you know, put pressure here and attack this. It's something that I play as white quite often, and often it's a really good move. So I was actually planning on like something like queen b6, but like even here, you know, they could take. Wait, should they take? Maybe they take here, right? And then I thought I could take here. That's probably why I did play it, because if we do this, I was calculating stuff like this. I wasn't so sure about it. Like, I don't think I want, they won a pawn and they're taking our bishop. I can go here. I don't know. I wasn't liking this. Engine says, yeah, better for white. They just go queen b5. Queen b5 defended by the bishop, meaning if we trade, they pin our knight. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm glad he didn't play queen b3. It was definitely a more challenging move. And I just went e6 here, because why not? And let's turn the engine off. All right, so e6, and he went queen a4. Now, this is an interesting move, because he's choosing to put pressure on my c6 knight. And I could, you know, screw this up and allow something like knight e5 and bishop e5 and just get crushed. But I did calculate it, and I was like, you know what? I think I can let them take my pawn on c6, and I'm just going to castle. So my response to queen a4 is bishop e7. Let's see what the engine says. Engine says bishop e7. Let's go. Yeah, it's a pawn sacrifice, but I thought it was definitely best. Bishop e7, and he did play bishop to b5. All right, so now you can see that he's threatening takes, takes, and check. That's going to be fork on the king and the rook. So we don't want that, so I just castled. But I calculated this, you know. And then he went bishop takes f6, which I didn't calculate, so I was like, oh no, what is this? But I don't think it matters that much, so I took. And then he takes. Okay, that's fine. So take, and he takes. So congratulations, you won a pawn. Why is your queen on c6? So that's what I was going for here. Also, why is your king not castled? You're white. You have the first move in the game. Like, why am I better developed than you? And also, why do I have 2 bishops and you don't? So I thought this pawn sack was sound for those various reasons. Let's see if the engine agrees. Oh my gosh, it says black's better. Queen b8. Bishop d3. I did consider bishop d3. Dang it. I did not consider queen b8 at all. I played rook b8, the third best move. Okay, that's fine. So I went rook b8 because, I mean, here's the thing. If they go here, now I'm dying to play rook c8. I might even play it right now with this rook, just so I can recapture and infiltrate and play queen here and triple stack. Okay, anyway, so b3, and that wouldn't be good. But what if they go knight b3? Okay, if they go knight b3, I was actually planning on something like a5. See what the engine says. Oh, maybe it doesn't like it. Oops. I thought a5. I want to possibly get it. Oh, but they go queen a6. Wow, that's a move. It does stop a4 because they take it. Okay, I didn't see queen a6, but that's fine. All right, so anyway, knight b3 isn't great either. But what did they actually do? So after queen takes, in the game, they went rook to... Well, I wrote rook to b8. Oh, I did rook to b8, attacking that. And then after that, they went castles. Yeah, this is crazy. This is a blunder. This has to be a blunder. Oh, yeah, engine says this is a blunder. This is definitely a blunder. But a 1900 played this move. Now, why is this a blunder? Do you guys know? Because if you don't know, like, you're acting like you know, but you have no clue. No, maybe you know. Okay, so I thought he would castle this way. This is what I thought. And then I take here. Okay. And I lost a pawn, but I get it back. And this is what I thought. And then I like this structure for us. Because the pawn on c3 is a backwards pawn. And now we can pressure it. I could play like queen b8 and rook c8. We're going to go after this pawn. Maybe I'll go queen c7. I don't know what I'll do exactly, but if they try to defend with a rook, they have to worry about this kind of stuff, because if the pawn ever takes, actually the arrow the other way will take them. So anyway, when you play against a backwards pawn, you know, that's a good thing. So I was just trying to get that. And, but instead, he castled. So he's like, yeah, I really want to save my pawn. And I'm like, really? Like, you don't want to save your king? Very suspicious. So I went queen a5, which is the most obvious move in the world. Let's attack and get ready for this move. And this doesn't look so good. Also, look at our bishop. Why would you castle queenside into that? It looks like Bowden's made already. All right, so anyway, castles, queen a5, a4. Yeah, a4. You know you're desperate if you're pushing your pawns. So I go here, of course. And now he plays b4. Okay, and I'm not turning on the engine, but let's pause the video if you want. What is the best move for white? Yeah, so we kind of figured out that I missed the best move. The best move for white is probably, and we'll check, rook takes queen. Because if pawn takes queen, okay, we have this. And that is just like checkmate, right? So probably the best they could do is not even take our queen and like try to defend or something. I don't know, go here. I don't know. None of this can be good though. And then I would just go here or something. I don't know what, but this is like winning. We won a queen. Yeah, minus 12. Okay. Now, after this move and b4, another move, I think maybe what he was hoping for was something like, you know, takes, and he won't take it. Instead, he'll do this. And that's bad, right? Actually, it's not even that bad. Can't I go here? Okay, but he won material, though. He won material for sure. You could probably even take this now. Okay, so that wasn't that great, but there's no way I was going to play that anyway. So after b4, I played not the best move, which I think is rook takes queen. Instead, I played this because, you know, hey, let's sacrifice the queen. Why not? So queen takes b4. And what is the point of this move? Well, if he takes, I take care of a check, and this did happen in the game. I'm like, what do you do here? So he went like here, I think, and I checked, and he went here, and then, what did I do here? I don't know. I was in time pressure, but I was definitely planning a5, but I don't think I actually played it. I think something else happened. Oh, I remember. After check, he actually blocked with a knight. And this is a very tough call what to play here. So I want to check with the engine. Rook c to b6. Wow. That is what I played. That's pretty cool. I was also considering this move, of course. But then I thought they'd come here and attack our rook. Maybe I go here. And I was just thinking, like, what if they, like, I don't know, just take? I don't know. It's probably winning, but it's definitely winning. It's mate and 6. Okay, but in the game, yeah, they didn't do this. They blocked with the knight. So let me improve this. Okay, and then from here, I don't have any notation because we were in time pressure. But, I mean, I have to believe this is winning for black. Let's see. Yep, it is winning for black. Okay, so after this, I just went here. And I thought this is very, very difficult to deal with. They have to defend the knight. But when they do that, I can take, which is exactly what happened. Right? They can't take back because they're pinned. And they can't take with the rook because we forced the knight in front. And yeah, this is just rough. I don't know what they should do. He ended up going here. And I'm pretty sure that I played... I don't know what I played. So I think I played here and they went here. Now if we take this knight, which I thought would be cool, remove the defender of that knight. Well, now there's this, which is checkmate. So I ended up playing this move. And my idea was that if they take this, undermining the bishop, you know, to take it, then I would play here. And that forks. So that's really unfortunate. So they would have to play something like this, only move. Take, take, and then I was planning something like king f8. And this is just to avoid being checkmated. Now if they go here, I go here. You know, I'm running away. It's no big deal. So yeah, so rook c2 was not the move. Instead, I did play this one. And let's wrap this up, I guess. So I played here. And then I think he did this, and I went king f8. Let's see what the engine says. Engine gives e5, f6, h6. Okay, all of these stop back rank checkmate, though. E5 stops it because the bishop guards it, right? And F6 stops it because of king F7. And H6 stops it because of king H7. So basically, we got to step back rank. I chose king F8, the worst of them, I guess. But it's still -5. So it's kind of hard to complain about that. So, you know, this position's no good. I think, what did he end up doing? I'm not sure. I think he ended up... I'm not sure. I really don't know what he played here. But this is totally winning. I mean, this is basically over. And he does end up losing on time even. If you can believe that. Because, you know, I'm the one who loses on time around here. Who does he think he is? So anyway, yeah, so I guess it's kind of not so climatic, but I'm pretty happy with this game. I was trying to fight for maximum advantage in the opening. I think I kind of failed at that. But hey, when you're black, what can you do? But this pawn sacrifice, you know, this has to be sound. I love this. I mean, he should let me get the pawn back. He used the castle, kingside. Let me have the pawn back. But when he did this, I was like, what? I was like, how is this a good idea? You know, let it be a lesson to you guys. I mean, like, don't, in general, castle where there's open files towards your king. And second of all, don't do that when you have a queen on c6 with nowhere to go. So, like, this is just a blunder. And I think I took pretty good advantage of it. Could have did better, but as you can see, white didn't last long. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. And it's time for me to get some sleep. So I will see you next time. Okay, bye.